Greetings, fellow Americans and Australians alike. I'm Hunter, and welcome to the vlog. That was a really formal intro for a very informal vlog, but it's about 9:15 and 43 seconds right now, and I'm getting ready to head to bed. So I have a lot of projects due later this week that I should have done today, but I didn't. I just did my math homework and it was pretty bad. So yeah, tomorrow's gonna suck pretty bad because I'm gonna have a lot of work to do, but it's not tomorrow yet. Let tomorrow's worries come tomorrow, or something like that. Whatever, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna go to bed, even though I'm not really tired. So I'll probably wind up watching YouTube for a while. Anyways, we had Cups Cuts tonight. We started where basically my dad is running this engineering pin, I guess, for Weeblos, and one, of course, it's engineering, right? So you have to design a project and build it. And we designed a wagon. It's like 6 by 3 feet, so it's a pretty big wagon. We started building it tonight. It's gonna probably take a few eternities to build because it's huge and kids aren't that good at working. Tonight we literally just built the frame with wheels on it, and that's about it. So we still have a lot more work to do. Anyways, but there was some other church stuff, getting ready for the church show tonight. Of course, I'm not in this section of the show, but I went in and saw a lot of people I know. Wow, I'm so good at rhyming. So that was fun. Fun to drop by, say hi. What is it with me and these rhymes tonight? I almost just tried to rhyme rhymes with dimes, but then I decided I wouldn't be too stupid with you. Anyways, so yeah, it's been, and then I went and got a few things, such as this and related, for my book club tomorrow in English, and other things like this. So that's going to be for book club tomorrow, of course. Huge quantity for 4 people, so we probably won't finish it, and I'll have some goodies to take home. So that's always a good thing, right? Anyways, so that's, yeah, wow, and there's my entire day and my entire life, and that's over. So yeah. So today I was just kind of thinking, so there's been some really powerful, or have been, well, I don't know, that sentence didn't seem right. Anyways, the services this weekend were very powerful, especially the worship, but I've just been kind of thinking, there's a hair on my tongue. There's a song we played this weekend called Be My Everything by a guy who wrote it. I don't know who wrote it actually, so I don't know why I tried to say who wrote it. It's like, be my everything. Yeah, it kind of says in the title, Be My Everything. One of the lyrics is Jesus Everything. And it's such a powerful song, because the first time I sang it on Saturday, I was thinking like, wow, this is like really, because like everything is everything. Everything's a pretty strong word. Be my everything, like literally everything. And that's I think that's really powerful to think about, and it's good to have lines like that. You can just think in your mind, have one line summarize what you want to focus on for that week, like be my everything. Another song we heard was Christ be all around me, above and below me, before and behind me, and every eye that sees me, Christ be all around me. That's one I pray a ton now, just like most of the classes I'm in. Like, I'm waiting for a class to start, and I think like, a lot of prayer is normally the first thing that comes in my train of thought now, and of course that's the first thing I think of praying, like, oh yeah, above and below me, before and behind me, everyone around me, every eye that sees me, Christ be all around me. I don't know what that is going to involve, but I just pray like, hey, when people see me, I hope that you show Christ in me. Like, I hope you show yourself in me, God. And I don't know. I just pray that a lot. And I think that's really powerful. I shouldn't have said I don't know, that defeated the interpreters. But be my everything, a really powerful lyric. And I've just got thinking. I got thinking for a bit. I'm like, wow. Daniel asked some question, I think yesterday, and I put a number to it. And I'm like, there are 5 billion people on this planet that when they die, they're gonna suffer for the rest of eternity, and that's really horrible and sad to think about. And like, just thinking about that, the number of people that are like, even people that go to church and stuff that don't really care, they're like, oh yeah, I go to church most Sundays, so I'm probably good, and yeah, Jesus died on the cross for me, so I think I'm good, you know, but they don't really care. I mean, they got some stuff heading for them that might surprise them, and it's really crushing to think about, but I think it's also very, I don't know, very motivating, because like it's our job. There was some, I can't remember where, and don't cite it, but there's a verse that says, where Jesus basically says, for us to become disciples and then make disciples of all nations, or something along those lines. So first step, become a disciple, which entails its own ton of stuff, but also to go make disciples. That's half of our calling, to go make disciples, because otherwise they're not gonna end up too well. And I think, great, just word of warning for those of you who are gonna go do this: don't ever go up and tell someone, hey, you're gonna go and drown in a pit of fire for the rest of eternity if you don't do this. Like, that's never gonna work, because that's where people instantly kick in. They're like, yeah, that's probably not real, whatever, yeah. And it's not that they like are trying to like logic that it's not real. They're just like, what in a person's mind that doesn't really think about beliefs and stuff like this, why would they ever want to all of a sudden accept, oh yeah, I bet, yeah, I think I am gonna suffer and die, I should do something? Like, wouldn't it be easier for them to just not just be like, oh yeah, there's probably not a place where I suffer and die, I'm probably gonna just die and nothing will ever happen again, right? That's just what they're gonna think and go on. So don't come up to people and tell them, hey, when you die, you're gonna suffer in the pits of hell for all of eternity, which is a really long time when you think about it. You gotta just kind of go. You gotta start a conversation. And at our church, we teach a lot that it's not. You don't just go up and say, hey, everything is wrong in your life, you need to change it. But true evangelism and true conversion is through relationship, relationally. And that's when you engage in relationships with people, show them that they're cared, and then through relation is when you can actually get people to maybe think about caring and figuring out what church is all about. So yeah, but I mean, I just thought of that figure like yesterday, like 5 billion people. Like, should we not, like, when we hear that number, should we not devote our entire lives basically to going out and saving as many people as we can? Because every one soul, like, what if that one soul was you? Like, imagine if you weren't in this place and someone else had to come up and tell you about Jesus and about how you got to take up your cross to get to heaven. Or, well, it doesn't work that way. Your salvation is not earned through deeds, but, you know, repent and believe. And imagine if you were that one person, and like, think about how meaningful just one person is. I don't know. I think that's crazy to think about personally. How like just one person could be like you getting saved, and not spending millions and millions of years in hell, which is like, oh my gosh, that's just when you actually sit down and think about it, you think like you think eternity, like, you know, the fact that you can summarize all the time in one word is crazy. Because think about it. What if you were sentenced to being slapped across the face constantly at this pace for an entire hour? Like a full hour, non-stop, no breaks. That would probably be the worst thing ever. But actually it's an eternity, and there's 24 hours in a day, and there's 7 days in a week, and 52 weeks in a year, and 100 years in century, but infinite centuries. So you basically just, like, imagine the pain of being slapped in the face constantly for, not like when you say forever, it's like, oh yeah, that's a really long time. But think about just even like a straight minute of getting slapped in the face over and over and over. And I think I've told you guys before, the way I get through suffering and pain is by this good old thing right here. I say, okay, this sucks, but in this many minutes I will be done. This running sucks, but if I keep going, in like 5-7 minutes I will be done. These push-ups suck, but I have to do this number and then I will be done, and it'll be very painful and it'll be hard to get to, but I'll be done. But what if you were never done? You were just suffering and being tortured and it never ended. Like, you literally just, that's the most crushing part to me, is that there's no hope. Because even here, getting tortured here, there's almost always hope. Like, eventually something will stop, something will take a break. But down there are no breaks, there's no stopping, and our bodies are not eternal, but our souls are. And when you go down to hell, it's only your soul. So all this torture is happening to a soul that can never be defeated, that can never actually die, because our souls are eternal. So you're literally gonna be beaten, and you will never, or burning in the lakes of fire, and you will never ever be able to die out. You will just be burning for eternity. So yeah, that's some encouragement. Yay, right? But if you were you, which you probably are, yeah, I think you are you, would you want to go there, or do you want to go up and kind of relax? And I go to the lounge, meet a whole bunch of people, meet a whole bunch of new people, and be reunited with people that you lost. Like, wouldn't that be nice too? So yeah, you choose. And if you choose to maybe go to the reunion and get to see people and get to meet Jesus firsthand, as opposed to burning in a lake of fire for eternity, think about the golden rule. Treat others as you would want to be treated. If you don't want to go down there, I would say other people probably don't as well. So maybe try and get them out of there. That's my word for food for thought, or I don't know. That's my word for today. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you like the video, leave a like. If you dislike the video, leave a dislike. I'm going to share your opinion in the comment section down there below. And I'll see you next time, guys.